Good day, good love, and great light, illuminators and wayshowers, and Imagineers, imagination, Magi Nation. Hello, you magical weavers. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Wendy. This is Dave if you're new to my channel. And one of the things I love, and have loved to do for as long as I've had this channel, in addition to sharing my journey with light languages, my own spiritual awakening journaling journey, connecting with my ET friends, my fractals, my soul family, our soul family, and we love sharing our synchronicities. And one of the things that I have hanging on my wall up in my little studio office is "You are magic." I happen to a little sign that says "You are magic," and so we love sharing our magical synchronicities. And the first one, which came first, the drum or the
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 cards.
cards. So we're shopping here in Birmingham, which is about an hour away from us here in Alabama, and we went into a little metaphysical shop that we've shopped at before. And they sell a variety of, incense and oracle and tarot cards, and they have a reader there, and crystals and so forth. And a Reiki master owns the store. And actually, we're burning this wonderful incense right now too, that we got there, and it's actually charcoal incense from PF Candle Company. And I'm telling you what, you guys, this one smells just absolutely magical, truly magically amazing. So, and I think Dave looked it up. You can get them on Amazon too. So, but it smells wonderful. It's the first time we've ever bought this particular one there.
And they last a long time.
And they
like
do,
an hour.
like a really long time. So I was very surprised at how beautiful the scent is, and how different it is than anything I've ever smelled. But yeah, but how long they burn. But anyway, so I got excited to share this deck that we came across, Magical Spirit, the Brilliance of You. So one of the things that I've always been delighted to share is the idea that everything in creation is the language of light. Each and every one of us shares our own magical spirit, our own light. And when we share our light, we illuminate the path for another to give them the permission to love themselves and to share their and shine their own light. And I saw the words on here, the brilliance of you. And that's just one of the things that I like doing, is helping myself find my own brilliance and helping you find yours, and help us together share that brilliance, in that we may light each other's paths, and sharing our journey in the midst of it all. And so anyway, I'm literally unwrapping this deck right now. And normally I would open it up and check it out and kind of bond with it and open it and do all, that with myself. But I thought, we thought, let's just do this together. And so I wanted to show you once again the front there, if you can see it. And awaken your magic and remember who you really are. Stop underestimating your own magic and deepen your connection with spirit. Let these oracle cards take you on a voyage of self-discovery, a sacred journey of witches, talking trees, creative archetypes, and mysterious portals. Each card shares practical wisdom, rituals, and manifestation practices to empower you and apply to your own life, as well as potent affirmation spells to cast. It's okay to forget and then remember over and over again. And one of the things about when we share, it helps each of us remember over and over again more and more of all that we are. One of the other synchronicities that we had is following this, finding these cards, we happened to go into a resale shop, old and new, kind of a place, mall, with a lot of different booths.
An antique shop.
Antique shop, but it had, old and new things. And I happened to spot this little drum. And so for me, part of the synchronicity and magic for me is I've always been very connected to nature, and my own feelings of connection to Ireland, to many, I feel, other lifetimes, parallel lives that I've shared there. And also, there's been a lot of synchronicities for Dave and I recently about seeing things related to Ireland.
And don't forget to mention about Willa.
Oh, yeah, so Willa. So if anybody's familiar with Daryl Anka's book, Shards of the Shattered Mirror, Willa is the main character in it, and Willa is deeply connected to the ideas of the levels of mastery, and beginning with our connections with nature. That is where it begins. And so and then also my love of my own shamanic drum and the idea of my connections on my whole shamanic journey.
And the magic of Ireland.
And the magic of Ireland. And the month of March is coming up, so it kind of felt also kind of appropriate that this idea of magic and St. Patrick's Day, although I'm not, anyway, I'll not get into the story with that right now, but that idea of just connections to Ireland and the idea of the luck of the Irish.
And the drum.
And the drum.
So this was a really big, huge place. This antique
It was
shop.
really big.
And it was almost
2 floors.
overwhelming trying to look at all
stuff.
the things. But this particular drum, Wendy it popped out to
It was
her,
just waiting there for me.
and she immediately, knew she had to have it. And it was very inexpensive, but it turns out, we looked at it, and it turns out it comes from a
very famous
master drum creator from Ireland.
And am I saying that? Bodhran? Bodhran.
Yes.
Drum. And his name is
Malachy Kearns.
Malachy Kearns.
Kearns.
And
Brownstone music.
I was just amazing. So the first thing that I noticed was the symbol. And it was literally laying on a table with a lot of other just stuff. And as soon as I saw it, whatever it was, I said to Dave, I said, I don't know what that is, but I have to have it. As soon as I saw it. And then...
So, of course, we're always interested in shamanic drums.
Of course.
And drumming and drum circles.
If you've seen a few of my videos with my drum.
So, some of them that we have are not necessarily to be used, but this one obviously looks like it's been used.
And I don't know how to play this particular drum, and there is a particular kind of mallet. The sticker is in there. There's a very particular stick that it's played with. So anyway, we were just there, so I've only had a day to look anything up. So I just wanted to share that image with you and share this fun synchronicity and a little bit of the sound. So anyway, that's kind of fun. So however, whatever synchronicity that may bring to one or some of you, whatever that may be. I know, it's just a little light language bubbling up there to the surface. So, okay, let's see. The brilliance of us. First, trust yourself. So that's always going to be, no matter what the cards tell us, trust your instincts, and also trust yourself in knowing that if you're watching this is you, your universe, creating your version of us, and this message is for you, from you, telling you, always trust yourself, because whatever question you may have put out there to the universe, trust yourself that maybe this is where you came to find that answer, or maybe it'll just lead you, illuminate you in that direction. Okay, I'm gonna let Dave hold the book.
The brilliance of you.
Okay, and the other one is the sun. You know, I was gonna wear my little jacket with the sun on it, and it's kind of funny, and now I wish that I had, for the synchronicity of it all. But we are in our sunroom, so perhaps that's another synchronicity. So yes, we are in our sunroom. So again, what's the idea of illumination? Showing your light, sharing your inner sun. We're going to take the band off here. And there was a sample deck that was open, and I kind of just sort of opened the deck, and I saw a couple of cards, and I thought, I don't know, it was just something drew me to these cards, and I thought, I really have to see what the message is in here for us.
And I just want to interrupt you
Mm-hmm.
to say on the back couple
Here's the back.
pages of the book talks about the author, about the creatrix, Alexis
Ooh.
Rakun, Rakun. Creatrix, she who creates, one who brings forth. I never planned on becoming an artist, a writer, or spiritual seeker. The painfully aching impulse in my soul did. I'm not going to read any more of that, but I think the synchronicities of the idea
I love that.
of yet another following your joy and excitement, bringing you to become an artist. And I don't know if you could see.
Oh, wow. Look at the artistry in there.
So this is a picture of
That's
her.
her? Wow. That's awesome.
So apparently
That's very exciting.
she made the cards.
Well, I'm just going to kind of give this a nice little shuffle here. So everybody maybe kind of set out an intention, maybe ask a question to the universe, or what is it that this tool, this synchronicity can bring to you today. And I'm kind of loosely shuffling here. And they're edged in gold. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, and always know without a shadow of a doubt, that you are the one creating the magic for yourself. We all are. I just want to offer this deck blessings to all of us. Of course, it is a blessing, so I'm sending my gratitude for this blessing of communication for all of us, from our higher selves, our soul families, our spirit guides. Whoop, okay, this one flipped over. Just let me be. Liberation. Free spirit. Wild. Authentic. And I know that, especially for me, this year is really all about allowing myself to be that free spirit, being wild and authentic, and not overthinking everything, just going with the spur of the moment. I'll show it again up close.
Number 43.
No, oh, I didn't even see that. Number 7. Okay. The day that we got this deck, was that the same day? No, it was the day after. The day after we got this deck. We were just talking about sevens. We were talking about sevens the day shortly before that, because it was Friday, I believe. Oh no, you're right, Wednesday. And it was a sevens day. Like everywhere we were looking, the building we went to, the suite number we went to was all 7 and 707 and 777, and the idea of the 7 being the number of spirituality. Let me be. Liberation. Blooming in the magical circle of flowers. And where are you being asked once again to shine, share your free spirit? Where are you looking to be more authentic? Be your wild self. And I wasn't even gonna really get this deck. It was, I wasn't planning on it. I just happened to see it, and I saw it, and then so I have to know that I have to trust myself to know that there's messages here for all of us. Is there something you'd like to share there? Anything?
The free spirit runs barefoot on endless fields of wildflowers and even wildfires, following her bliss, chasing her passion, and listening to her intuition.
Oop.
Over all else, she values the freedom of her soul and the adventure of her life.
values the freedom of her soul and the adventure of her life. And I've been asking myself that a lot lately.
Well, wildflowers.
What would I do? What would I be doing more of if I was being more of my wild, authentic self? And I guess this is one of them. I actually haven't been doing as many oracle readings. So if that's something that you're interested too in doing, I do private sessions with not only light language consultations, but oracle readings and light codes and so forth. And I have quite a variety of decks. If you are, all oracle. I don't read the tarot. I don't know. I do not. I've never studied the tarot, and it's each individual card symbolisms. Your energy is valuable. Protect it well. The protectress. Strength, boundaries, amulet.
Inner child. Does it say that? No?
Oh, it doesn't. So when I saw, first when I saw amulet, the first thing I saw amulet was actually her heart. That our heart is our amulet. We carry it with us always. Your energy. What?
It's a fire card. It says.
And it's a fire card, and it's number 9. Strength, boundaries, amulet. Now, one of the things that jumped out at me first was, I actually started drawing today on a canvas, and it sort of started out with these lines, which is, I guess maybe I was thinking about this deck, and the idea of pouring our energy. Into something and almost protecting it as a being, as something that has never existed before, and valuing the energy and the information and the strength that goes into that. And I still see the heart as the amulet. I don't know why I keep seeing this heart as an amulet. I actually have several heart amulets as well. But feeling the message of it feels as if we're being reminded that our heart is the amulet, and that we have strength. And I'm looking for clarity on the idea of the boundaries, because I feel as if we're eliminating the boundaries, not creating them. That by valuing our energy, we are protecting our strength, and we're releasing the boundaries and allowing that amulet to be our guide always. I'm just realizing how very similar this is to the drawing I started today. So I must have maybe symbolically had that image kind of in my mind. Is there anything in the?
It's talking about the idea of encountering people who sort of feel like they want to leech energy from you, but what it is really meaning is you're just experiencing their lack of their own fears within themselves that they don't yet know how to overcome.
And I feel that too, because when we protect our energy, and when I say boundaries, it sort of feels like we're no longer allowing others to set the boundaries. And there we talk. A lot of people talk about energy. What was that she said about?
Well, it says, I'll read this. They don't mean this maliciously. They live.
Reflection. That's what I was
They
going to
live
say.
filled with fear and insecurity.
Yes, and that's what.
While you're in a space of self-trust and connection.
Yeah, exactly. When you value your energy, okay, when we value our energy, we often will receive the reflection back from another who they are feeling that the way about themselves, and it's not us, it's how they feel about themselves, and protecting our own. I'm having a hard time articulating what I want to say.
So as you are an illuminator yourself, you're shining light upon their fears.
Yeah, exactly. And when you show strength and boundaries, in the sense that when we don't allow another to, circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters. When somebody else can't rattle your state of being, it's not really setting a boundary. It's almost like you're setting your frequency to say, this frequency is my boundary. And often when someone is reflected in themselves a fear or something that they feel about themselves less than themselves, they will want to reflect it back onto us. But because we trust our heart and trust ourselves, we know it isn't us. It's how they feel about themselves. And that's the boundary I was feeling like we're not setting a boundary, but by being strong, we sort of reflect this idea that nothing else can change our state of being unless we choose it to. And I don't want to run too long on this reading, but and number 9, I wanted to repeat too, the number 9, in case that resonates with somebody. And I think I'll just pull one more card. Maybe I'll have Dave pull it this time. Ooh, I saw that one that you just opened the book to. So these aren't mixed up super well. Okay, is that really the one I think this is the one that that I saw in the deck and then I shuffled again.
Number 21.
Number 3.
Which is also 777. Blessings and curses. Psyche, self-love, and beauty. Do not be ashamed, not of your thorns or of your flowers. Rose.
Well, that's funny too, because the name Rose, and roses have been quite prevalent for us. So this is a synchronicity for us as well. And yes, do not be afraid of your thorns or your roses. And that's also what self-awareness is about, that idea that we are everything. And there's nowhere for these things to go. We talk about letting go of things. There's nowhere for these things to go. It's the idea of self-love, realizing your beauty, realizing that the psyche is both of those.
And that's an earth card.
And a very grounding energy with the color. Growth. And we often talk about, I was reminded, we often talk about blessings and curses, and I think I'll close after this. We're always reminded, and I'm always reminded, and so many others will concur, I think, that when you ask them, what was the biggest blessing in your life and what was the biggest curse at the time that you believed was the biggest curse in your life. And often people will say it's the same event, that the one thing that they thought was the curse in their life turned out to be the very blessing, the uniqueness, the finding the beauty in the thorns, finding the self-love in the rose that we are, the rose that you are.
The red rose as the guide has come to pay you an important visit. She seeks to heal and ease a pain in your mind and spirit. And it talks about the thorn is what makes the rose strong and powerful. The thorns are the rose's self-worth, her ability to stand up for herself, her discernment, her tenacity, and her persistence to keep going. So I just found it interesting. The first card was a water card.
And then we had a fire.
And then a fire card, now an earth card.
And now an earth. Since I just wanted to share the images with these really close up, since this is new to me also, this deck.
This card is also a positive omen that you are reaching or will reach a point in your journey where you learn how to accept all of yourself.
Well, I think that is the perfect message for today. That
the magic, the mess, and the mundane, all the parts.
The magic, the mess, and the mundane. I really like that. See your value, and I was just reminded about once again all the people that in our lives that we admire the most, and they are the ones who kind of set boundaries. They say, you know what, nothing's going to mess with my happy. The ones we admire are the ones who have self-love, self-respect, yet they're kind and loving and generous. The ones that we admire are the ones that are wild and authentic and fun and joyous. The ones that see that their thorns are their strength, yet the softness of the petals and of the rose itself, and how we are both. We're all of those things. And I think that's what we're all discovering in the self-awareness is we are a consciousness connected to the one consciousness that is everything. We are everything. And if we want to, and I still see the boundaries is really the idea of there just are no boundaries to consciousness. We've designed the boundaries. And yet we can also see these boundaries as a positive thing. Because we know that we can't cross someone's boundary of love when that's what they're putting out. We just, you can't, they're not going to let, they're not going to let those, I don't want to say negative beliefs, but the beliefs that is the vibration integrative or is it segregative? And that's really the idea is, are the thoughts that we're thinking about ourselves and the world that we've created around us, are they integrative or are we still living in a world of the idea of separation, or are we now understanding the idea of one consciousness and that there are no boundaries? The separations are within us. And I think a lot of people want to put a boundary around their heart. And that is your amulet. When you shine your heart, there are no boundaries. There just are no boundaries to love. And anyway, I think that was the essence of it. This is, of course, longer than I anticipated. So sorry about that, guys. So
Loving to love.
Loving to love. Adesso motivebi antolishana kulianami kanaman seva soma atarakishe soma sonui aini itivako. And as always, it is a divine, loving honor and grace, gratitude, and appreciation that you share these moments of your now with me, with us, in this magical co-creation. Sanotoviasha ivarunga lahina lizamotea intiasana tayata. Set your hearts free. We're being asked, all of us invited, to set our hearts free. And love whatever's created from that.
And thanks for joining us as we opened our new Oracle deck. That was very exciting. And join us again soon.
Bye, everybody.
We love you.
Love you.